you like most about that, Coach?
I think just similar to our first one. I'm just be so proud that we stick together. They came out and jumped on us in that first quarter. And man, we just responded. You know, we stayed poised, didn't overthink it, didn't overdo it, and you know, obviously Dame had an incredible first half, kept us in it, and we knew that they weren't gonna let them play a lot in the second half. We knew they would be blitzing and trapping and up at the level. But I was just so proud of that. I mean, the first half we had 14 turnovers for 23 points. That was almost half of their points, and a lot of it was just careless. And in the second half and overtime, we have 7 turnovers for 0 points, which was incredible. It's because that's something that we talked about at halftime. Is let's just calm down, take care of the basketball. Let's just take care of it. And we know that some other guys are going to have to come up big for us. And, man, I can never say enough about Josh and Jeremy and even what Nurk tonight was incredible. So a lot of great contributions. And that's how we like to play.
What did you appreciate most about Nurk's game?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What did you appreciate most about Nurk's game?
That he was aggressive. You know, he was very aggressive. You know, been on him to keep rolling. And a lot of times he rolls and he's always looking to pass. And I'm saying, there's a small down there in the rotation, just go finish it. And if they do a good job, then pass it. He played off of 2 feet all night, not 1 foot rushing it. I mean, he was just very composed. And he was really good on the defensive end. Obviously, 17 rebounds. He controlled the glass for us. It was just an excellent game by Nurk.
Coach, you guys that started the fourth quarter, you know, kind of led by Simons there. What did you like from that group to get your first lead, and what did you specifically like about it? How was it able to do?
Yeah, we changed up the coverage a little bit defensively. I thought it sped them up, and then that allowed us to get out on the break. And kind of got going, started getting to the basket, you know, made some huge plays for us. But that group is good. You know, that group is really connected. So we depend on them, you know, every single night.
Coach, that baby hook of Anthony's, I mean, we're starting to see that develop more. Can you maybe talk about how you've seen it develop?
Well, one thing I can tell you is I didn't teach him that. He already had that. But he's just so explosive when he gets to the basket, you know, and it's a tough play because he's going off the wrong leg, and his touch is just incredible, you know, and we're starting to see that a lot. But once he got to that spot, I felt very confident that he was going to knock it down. And even if he would have missed that, it's a great look for us. We're in the paint, you know. So I thought that was big. Another big thing, I mean, 36 free throws. That just lets you know how aggressive we are, you know, in attacking teams, and that's what we want to do.
Typically, this has been a team that Dame takes the last shot. Tonight, he passed it off to Ant. Ant got that clip to win it. What do you think it says about the team and about Dame and about Ant's relationship that he was willing to let that?
Well, first and foremost, you know, it says a lot about Dame, you know, to be having a night like he was having after him having struggled from the field in the first game. It says a lot about him, as he's just a team guy, you know. We knew that they were going to blitz him or fire at Dame, and I said everybody just has to be ready. You know, I don't know who's going to get this last shot. I don't know who will get the opportunity, but I know who won't. They're going to blitz Dame. And he was patient. He took the fire, got off of it, and it just speaks to the confidence that he has, obviously, in Ant, but in all of these guys, you know, and that's what we're trying to continue to build.
They blitzed Ant a lot in the first half. They kind of disrupted him.
Yeah.
Was referring back to what he was doing last January, February, when he handled that pretty well. He had to sort of adjust.
Yeah, well, he got caught in a couple spots, bad spots on the floor, and they did blitz him, but they didn't start off blitzing him. And then when they made the adjustment, it took him too long for him to adjust. But we timeout when we talked about it, and him just kind of getting off of it quicker, you know, and guys shortening up the passes for him. We did he did a really good job of adjusting to their pressure.
Coach, you mentioned that you changed coverages in the second. Can you explain that? And then also, this season, I feel like you've gone in and out of, you know, zone, and you're ready to coach. Can you talk about how confident you are in doing that with this?
Yeah, we you know, we have to be very nimble defensively, from our main coverage and pick and rolls and things like that to we switch a lot, which is a lot of teams switch a lot. That's just kind of how the game is going. That's where it's going. And then we play a lot of our zone, and we play a lot of our full court. It's kind of a press, but not really. We play a lot of that back to zone, sometimes back to man. We just want to keep teams off balance. These teams like a Phoenix, like they're a veteran group. They've seen it all, and they'll pick you apart if you stay. If you're stale out there, if you just stay one coverage, they will pick you apart. So we wanted to just continue to keep changing up coverages, and based on whoever I have in the game at the time, our switching might be better, than it might be with Nurk. You don't want to get Nurk caught on Booker, Chris Paul. So it just kind of depends, but yeah, we'll be switching up a lot this year.
Chauncey, both of his shifts in the first half and the second half, you kind of left Shaden out there after he picked up a couple of fouls. Is that kind of what you were talking about before the game of wanting to just throw him in the fire and let him kind of play through stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we can show him film as much as we want, or we can talk him through things, but experience is the best teacher. So when he picks up a couple fouls, I mean, he's not going to play 30-something minutes. So it's not like I have to worry about his foul trouble. I want him to be able to get some of those valuable minutes, even if it's small, against a great team, and then he starts to understand how important these possessions are. And we just can't throw away possessions. But, I thought Shaden did a good job defensively. I didn't agree with one of the calls that they made, but it is what it is.
How do you balance, wanting to have him out there and get that experience and, play through stuff while also, you're in kind of a close game at that point. You maybe would want somebody in there with a little bit more experience who's not going to make those mistakes. How do you kind of balance in your mind, like, which of those you want?
It's going to be game to game. It's going to be game to game, but I think y'all notice, like, I'm trying to win. So when I get in those positions and it's late in the game, I'm going to put the person in there that I feel like that night is going to get us close to the win, and we'll just kind of see how it happens. There's going to be some nights that Shaden is, he's going to be playing his butt off, and he's going to be playing in some of them late minutes, So I won't be afraid to do that.
Chauncey, the offense bogged down in the second quarter, and Dame started getting trapped a little bit more. It looked like he kind of simplified things and went to some more spread pick and roll in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Is that just to kind of keep things simple and get Dame and Ant back into what they know better?
Yeah, it did bog down on us. I thought we got some looks that we just didn't knock down. Ball just didn't bounce our way. But I always feel like if we could just spread the floor out, and get our guys in pick and rolls. And, of course, they shoot it so deep that the coverage is going to be extended. So when that happens, even if they do trap and we throw it in the gap or advance it, there's so much room out there. You 4-on-3 on the backside, and it gives you time to actually make the right play. So I felt like that kind of calmed us down and opened up the game for us.
Was that the question you had for Simons, or the discussion you had with Simons when he got trapped behind?
Yeah.
Which I thought this was a great reminder of Dame's greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Psychologically, what do you think that does for this team? I know you guys see him do it in practice, but seeing him do that again.
Yeah, well, Dame is our leader. He's our leader, and it's funny, he goes 5 for 18 in the first game, and I felt like he got a little tired. But I was happy for him because he really got tired, especially after I watched the game again. Dude made so many incredible second and third efforts defensively in that game that I thought it wore him down. Today's game, he was aggressive early. He stayed aggressive. We got in a bonus. He kept attacking, get to the free throw line. And it's just who he is, But when Dame is making shots, he gives everybody confidence on our team and in our building, So this was a really, really good game for Dame. He just controlled the pace of the game the entire time.